This video is going to be about the sound of the oboe in combination with other instruments. Use this video for reference when you're deciding on what instrumental combinations to choose. I'll also show you some great combinations from Beethoven, Debussy, Holst, Gil Evans and Mahler. I also have a previous video about the oboe in jazz music where I show how Gil Evans used it. Check it out. My examples in this video are from real recorded instruments. Thanks so much to the players. The flute and oboe are fairly common doubling. As Rimsky-Korsakov says in his book about the doubling, a quality fuller than that of the flute, sweeter than that of the oboe. Played softly, the flute will predominate in the low, the oboe in the upper register. Here's an example from Debussy's La Mer, with the flute and oboe in a higher register. And here it is isolated with my example, in a middle to lower register. Flute and oboe in octaves is nice as well. Typically the flute is above the oboe. In close harmony they sound great as well. Have a look at this example from Holst's Venus. It has 4 flutes and 3 oboes accompanying a solo French horn. The oboe and clarinet is a valid combination, and Thomas Goss from Orchestration Online has an informative video about this combination. So be sure to watch that. Here it is with my example. By the way, all of my examples are in concert. The oboe and clarinet can be used in octaves, and here is a nice example from Mahler's 5th Symphony. Typically, the oboe should be above the clarinet when used like this, and I think it's especially nice in this register. The oboe and bassoon isn't really used as a unison combination, but here is what they sound like in octaves. Oboe and French horn isn't a typical combination. It's more typical to have the French horns joining in and blending various winds together. Here's what they sound like isolated. Isn't that interesting? Does anyone know of an orchestral piece where this combination is used? The oboe and trumpet's ranges overlap quite well, so they can be used together. It's not common, but the blend is quite interesting. Here's an example by a Debussy with a combination of unison oboe and trumpet, with flute, piccolo and piano reinforcing it in higher octaves. I've made a concert reduction of the score for clarity. Playing in thirds with the same instrument is a common technique for the winds, and it sounds good with the oboes as well. Here's an example with the oboe and clarinets in close harmony. Gil Evans has placed the oboe on top of this combination for an incisive effect. Here's a typical wind chordal example from Beethoven's 7th Symphony. A flute has the melody, with the oboes nicely nestled in below it. The clarinets and bassoons fill out the rest of the harmony. Combining octaves and harmonies with the high wind section is common. Here is 3 flutes in harmony, with 2 oboes and a cor anglais an octave below. A clarinet is reinforcing the oboe melody at the same octave. Ravel used this sort of texture in Bolero. I mentioned earlier in the video about utilizing the French horn when combining winds. Here is a flute, oboe and clarinet in unison, with bassoon and French horn an octave below. And that's the end of the video. Did I miss any oboe combinations you'd like to hear? Leave any comments or questions down below. You can support me or purchase lessons on my Ko-fi page. Peace.